Alright, what's up guys? I'm Derek, and joining me as always is Jaden. And welcome to In the Huddle.
We're back.
I now have a faux hawk and he looks
the same.
Exactly the same. So, alright, let's get into it.
Okay, don't think we haven't seen your comments saying, please upload more, please upload more. We haven't uploaded video in over a year. And we just got tired of the top 5 list and we didn't know what else to do. And now we put together an idea for a show, and I think we have more structure. And I hope you guys will like it more.
So pretty much we're just going to be freeballing a lot, quite honestly, which is just kind of how we roll. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But we are going to have like a set structure for our videos. What we got is we got Boss Player of the Week. Then we're going to have a Boss Offense and a Boss Defense. Just, you know, kind of how the week goes that way. And then we're also going to have a power ranking system. Our power rankings are going to work a little bit differently. What we're going to do is we're going to have each team, we're going to have their points allowed on defense and their points achieved on offense. And let's say, you know, Pittsburgh is the number 3 ranked offense and the number 6 ranked defense. Their total points would be 9 points, because we're just going to kind of add that up that way, and that's going to be our power ranking system throughout the season. Our last segment is going to be kind of a discussion, whether you guys pick the topic or whether we do, depending. And we're just kind of discuss what's going on in the league, you know, some pointers and stuff like that that's going on. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, our boss player this week is Steve Smith for the Baltimore Ravens. If you watch their game against his old team, the Carolina Panthers, you will obviously see that he was playing with a purpose. He stuck it to his old team and had a great game.
So as you can see his stats below, guy had a great game, like he said, sticking it to his former team. That's why he's our boss player this week. Alright, so our boss offense this week goes to the Kansas City Chiefs for absolutely sticking it to the New England Patriots on Monday night. They played a great game. They're my favorite team, so I might be a little bit biased for them, but they really stuck it to him. Jamal Charles, 3 touchdowns. Not much else you can say. They were just inflicting their will on the New England defense.
This week, our boss defense is... Yeah, okay. They picked off Kirk Cousins 4 times, I believe. And they didn't allow much in the running game. That's just self-explanatory. That's great defensive play. Their offense didn't play bad either, surprisingly. Eli Manning had 4 touchdowns.
Alright, so now it's time for our power rankings. Our power ranking system, we explained how that worked before. So if you take a look at it, see what we got there. Yeah.
That's about it.
I mean, we'll have more to talk about that in weeks after, but I mean, right now...
We'll explain, like, why teams go up and down.
Alrighty, so for discussion, we're going to talk about, obviously, the big...
At least this year in the NFL.
Yeah, big thing wrong in the NFL this year, which is domestic violence. We're seeing it again and again and again. And we've seen it in previous years, but the NFL is really cracking down on it this year, so we're going to talk about it. The percentage of domestic violence in NFL players is higher than the entire country.
That's ridiculous. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's their lifestyles. Research says that 1 out of every 3 NFL players will have some kind of handicap after they're done playing due to concussions. You think it could be because of that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we saw it a couple years ago with the Kansas City Chiefs linebacker, Devon Belcher. You know, there was ties with, you know, brain damage from playing football, and he went on, and, you know, we all know what he did. If you don't, you can check it out. It's a really sad story, but, you know, we saw that with him. We see it with a bunch of players. Yeah, definitely. I think that concussions can be a big part of it because you just don't think straight.
I think the NFL has to crack down on it a lot better because, like, they're giving out different consequences for the same crime, you know? I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at, you know, Ray Rice right now is suspended indefinitely.
Before that video went public, I may add, he only had a 2-week suspension.
Not to mention the fact that pretty much you could say the same for Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez was convicted of murder and, you know, being with like gangs and stuff, and he's pretty much suspended indefinitely. Now, I mean, at this
well, he's in prison.
At this point, you know, he's kicked from the league. But I mean, you're saying right now that killing someone is the same as domestic violence. I mean, yeah, they have the video. Am I saying that I agree with domestic violence? Ray Rice, hit his fiance. That's not right at all. I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that, there has to be some type of level where if you get caught with domestic violence, doesn't matter, the level of it. There has to be, a 6-week or an 8-week suspension, maybe a season suspension, but there can't be this different charges for different.
Exactly. And I feel like the Greg Hardy case gets looked over, and in my eyes, it's worse than the Ray Rice case. Because he threatened to kill, well, I'll just show you the video right here.
And I heard it, and I seen it. He is beating her right the now. So get here now. I was in the apartment, he's beating her ass. We need the police here now, before this girl gets seriously hurt. Now.
The girl was Nicole Holder, who said Hardy became angry over her past relationship with the rap star Nelly. Neither Hardy nor Holder spoke to Outside the Lines for this story, but in this complaint, Holder said, Hardy picked me up and threw me into the tile tub area in his bathroom. I have bruises from head to toe. Hardy pulled me from the tub by my hair, screaming at me that he was going to kill me. Hardy choked me with both hands around my throat while I was lying on the floor. According to her reported court testimony, Holder also said, he looked in my eyes and told me he was going to kill me.
What's up?
In the meantime, Hardy continues to play for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, I know you've never seen that video. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think any normal person in the right mindset would do something like that? There has to be something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty intense, and I mean, I'm not gonna apologize to the people watching this video for seeing that, but I mean, that's pretty intense. Viewer discretion is definitely advised.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I mean, that's
it just shows you where the world is
There's
today.
something wrong there, with the fact that, at that point when this recording was out, Greg Hardy was still playing. That's not okay.
It's ridiculous. And just because that video made it to the internet, that's why Ray Rice isn't on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Just because it went public. If there was a video of Greg Hardy doing this, I guarantee he'd be in prison because there was a death threat there too.
Yeah. It's a mess right now with the domestic violence. I mean, it's always a mess. But that's what's going on in the league right now. It's what's being dealt with.
I think they should be all punished the same.
Definitely, and they're rightfully doing so by punishing it. I mean, before it was like you had to pay a fine and then you forgot about it.
True.
I am happy that now they're having to pay fines and they're getting suspension. They're getting
well, it's more of a problem now than any other time. Yeah.
And it's not even getting not necessarily labeled, but it's you're getting stamped, as, okay, this person did this, he's gonna get a suspension, he's gonna get the fine. I agree with all that, but yeah, there does have to be some type of a set punishment.
For sure.
Another thing, kind of mentioning this, I think that it's really gonna affect, kind of on a lighter note, I think that all this, the fact that the NFL is cracking down on it, I think we're going to see a lot more teams, drafting guys who have a clean record, not necessarily with domestic abuse, but I'm saying
Very true.
If a guy got 4 DUIs in school, I feel like that's going to affect how teams are going to be drafting, because if this person's, which, I mean, teams already take it into account, but I feel like they're going to take into account more now that the NFL's cracking down on that type of stuff.
Well, if you look at it, Ray Rice had a perfectly clean record before that.
Very true.
There's no predicting it sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our first video. Kind of a depressing topic, but does need to be talked about.
For sure.
Yeah. Please subscribe. If you liked it, let us know.
If you have any discussions you want to hear from us,
let us know. Message us, comment. Yeah.